Cell transport. Cell transport is the movement of substances across the cell membrane. There are two basic types of cell transport. Passive transport does not require energy. Materials move from an area of higher concentration to lower concentration down their concentration gradient. Active transport requires energy from ATP. Materials move from an area of lower concentration to higher concentration up their concentration gradient. In passive transport, substances move from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration without the use of energy. Diffusion is the passive movement of a solute from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration. Diffusion will continue until equilibrium is reached, such that the concentration of solutes is equal in both areas. In cells, it is mostly small lipid-soluble molecules that are capable of simple diffusion across the cell membrane. Here we can see that the small lipid-soluble solute in yellow is able to move freely from the area of high concentration to the area of low concentration, thus equalizing the concentration between the two sides. Osmosis is a special type of diffusion in which water, which are the solvent molecules, move from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration through membrane proteins called aquaporins. Facilitated diffusion is the passive movement of solutes from an area of higher concentration to an area of lower concentration through a membrane channel protein, or with the aid of a transport protein, but without the use of energy. Here we can see that the channel protein, in green, spans the entire width of the membrane, whereas the carrier protein is a smaller protein only found on one side of the membrane. Solute molecules can easily travel through the channel protein, but must attach themselves to the carrier protein in order to be carried across. Filtration involves a fluid called the filtrate being forced across the cell membrane due to fluid pressure. The filtrate contains both solute and solvent, and only large molecules and cells that are not contained in the filtrate. Filtration does not depend on the concentration of substances. Active transport involves the movement of solutes from an area of lower concentration to an area of higher concentration with the use of ATP energy. ATP energy is used by either a vesicle or a carrier protein to move substances across the cell membrane. In this example, a carrier protein is used to move a molecule from an area of low concentration to an area of high concentration with the aid of ATP energy.